Um, I've been born in the year 2000, so I was in the year like when TV got in color, VHS was popular, and my young self was in the era of like evolution of the video games. And I had a Game Boy Advance, I had a DS Lite, if you know what it is. Uh, I didn't have a phone since I was like 15 years old, and it wasn't a phone. It was like a iPod 4. Like the second one they did, it wasn't so much solid. Like there was the 3 who was indestructible, and the one after who got out was really shit. Like I remember having it in the how can you say that, like the room where you change yourself in high school, the changing room, if I can call it like that. And I just dropped my phone on the ground, and it wasn't my phone, it was my iPod, and it just shattered the screen. It was broken. And since then I didn't have an Apple phone. I'm not really into those, but like if you like to have one, like go ahead. But the only thing I ever thought it was good about Apple, it was the Mac PC, the small laptops. That thing wasn't so bad. But for the rest, I think it's not really great, and you should have a Samsung anyway. Anyway, we're not here for that. So I was born in the era of gamers, I guess. The gamers were already there, but I really like live into it. Like I was born in the era of like gaming is fun. I had a PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. Yeah, it was PlayStation. I didn't have an Xbox because we didn't have internet. So yeah, have you ever lived without internet? I did since until I was 15 years old. Never had internet before at my place. Had to go to my grandfather's place to go do that. So if you can relate, like at least comment something like, yeah, I was like that too. I had that problem too. If you didn't, like, you can comment whatever you want to. So I've been gaming like I remember when I was young. We had like this small TV that was more it was more large than it was, like the screen was small. So I had to game, and I was gaming like super close at the screen. Now I have bad eyesight. So yeah, basically my childhood is a gamer childhood. Now I'm kind of curious about it. I don't need to game anymore. How did I do that? First, at school, I wouldn't say that I was bullied at school because I was scary. I was really scary. Like I was that kind of crazy kid you didn't want to piss off because he had that much anger problem, and he was kind of crazy. I did martial arts, so I was kind of dangerous, but I wasn't fighting uselessly. Like I wouldn't be like hitting you because you did nothing. If we had to fight, it's because you search for it. You seek my anger. So yeah. Anyway, when I was arriving home, the first thing I wanted to do is like release everything and go gaming. I really had fun with gaming solo, and I still do. I'm not really an online player, but if I had internet, because again, I don't have good internet around here because I'm too much in the north and too far from the city. They don't give you good reception internet and whatever. So I live with it. I can live with it. And today everyone got their internet on their phones, so but you don't have unlimited. I don't know for your if in your country you have unlimited internet, but in mine it's not really something that you can buy for not too expensive. So I cured my addiction to video games just by doing something else. Like, addiction is something that you do often to compensate on your lack of dopamine, or you're just grilling your dopamine. And at first, the first thing that got me out of it was like playing too much. I've played so much video game. I got through them, and now I'm kind of grilled out of them. I'm fried. Yeah, that's the good term. I'm fried. My brain is fried out of video games. So I guess that would be like the best solution to get you out of it. But there's another way out, and it's to compensate. I'm not telling you like go do drugs and do that. No, 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 no. You need to find something else. Like going at the gym, improving yourself, even just going outside doing a sport. Doing sport is really great. So I guess like video game is not that bad, but you should spend time with the people around you more than play video game and isolate yourself. So if I can recommend something, just don't care about others like commentary, critics, and those. Ignore others, listen to yourself, and go find the people that are meant for you. Get your good friend with you, and if you don't have some, like, how could I say that? You will find them. You gotta get social at some point in your life. You gotta find them. And the best way I could say how to find friends, it's have like a hobby, like a sport, or have like activities that you can do. If you like to dance, go dance, and you'll make friends in your dance club. But you gotta find something else to do. For me, it was like uh, I liked a lot to do parkour when I was young, and I can't really do it anymore because I'm too old and I don't want to take the risk to make myself more in trouble than I was. So yeah. Anyway, you gotta find something to do. And if you're young and you're under 18 years old and you live like in a place that your majority is at over 18 or over 21, go make some trouble, man. Anyway, you're young. They'll forgive you. Don't do something grave. I'm not telling you to do crime. I'm just telling you to go be a kid. Go do something fun. Like you have so much time, so much potential. Be a kid first, and afterward do your parties, do your things. And afterward you'll be an adult. But at first you gotta do something that will stimulate better than video games, I'm telling you. Because I've wasted a lot of time, like that's all I've done. I remember being at family parties and not talking to my families, being on my Game Boy or my Nintendo DS Lite, just playing. That's what I wanted to do. Play, 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 play. But like my brain got fried doing this. I was my brain was fried out of this. And if you keep doing that anyway, your brain will need another thing when once it's fried by video games, it'll feel the needs to do something else. And I can understand that video games are fun because like all the thing that you cannot do if you have like a game. I remember I had this game like Infamous. That was super fun. Like you were like a superhero or a supervillain. You could choose between them and just be super overpowered and fight people. But like that's not your life. You gotta make most of out of your life, not out of your video games. So if you take all the time that you're spending on your video games and put it on something else, you might be like a pro at adulting afterward. So I was just saying, you just gotta find something else. And the more you do something, the more you'll get better at it. So it's normal that at first it's not really good. And you might not like it. But you gotta spend time on it. Stop spending time on your video games. It's just a matter of time organizing. You just gotta find something to spend this time on something else. The time you spend on video games, you gotta do something else. And you'll feel better, I'm telling you. if you do that, you'll feel a lot better that you're feeling, because the only way video games gonna lead you is into depression. Otherwise, that you're making it a business. If you're recording, stop recording now and do video games record. But if you're not doing that and you're just playing for playing, you might get yourself in a deep hole. You might not be able to live your life afterward, because you're stuck in this fantasized world and you're trying to seek the same thing in your real life. That's not a good thing. So to the young people who still have time for that, I'm not telling them I don't have time anymore. I'm trying to make something out of it right now. But if you're addicted, you just need to take that time and spend it on something else. You gotta find another addiction that's not unhealthy for you. That's basically it. That's the way of life. You gotta find your thing that's you're gonna spend time on it. So otherwise, have a good one.